What is the update in your American economic call?
Sure. Well, I think we're slowing down. We've gone through the fast recovery phase here. We've gotten back to some percentage of normal. Consumption spending through August was about 80% of pre-pandemic levels. Employment only a little over half of the way back. And now I think we're kind of settling into the next phase, which is going to be continued recovery, but at a slower pace. And I think, there's been a lot of discussion around the stimulus, and I think, in my mind, I think a lot of people are assuming that the economy is entirely dependent on another round of stimulus like yesterday. And I think certainly more stimulus sooner would push growth higher. But
right.
I think the economy can continue to recover without it in the near term.
What is the partition right now in America among goods producers versus service producers?
Well, it's pretty stark because the good side of the economy in many ways is back to pre-pandemic levels and even beyond it. Retail sales, core durable goods orders, obviously the housing sector. So there are a number of parts of the economy that are, I don't know, booming might be a little too strong, but certainly very robust. And even within the service sector, there are winners and losers, and it's really just a function of the pandemic and the restrictions that have been put in place. So, you've got some sectors that are struggling, like restaurants, and then you've got other sectors that are just kind of flat on their back, air travel, hotels.
Well, Stephen, that's the story at the moment. Everyone's calling this the K-shaped recovery now. It's getting some real traction. I just wonder how extended those two legs of that K can actually get.
Well, I think that's totally a function of the virus. If 6 months from now we have vaccines and effective treatments, which seems like a not an unrealistic scenario, then you could see a quick revival in some of those sectors that are having trouble right now, even though they've made virtually no progress so far. And I think that's the difficulty that we all have in the markets and that the Fed has, is that visibility is just not very far. I mean, maybe we have a pretty good idea what things are going to look like in 2 or 3 months, but once you start talking about 6 months out, 12 months out, 2 years out, literally the scenario could be anything.